here, 2v2, Ashes of Typhon, blue team. Kung Fu Panda is a tech marine, starts off range combat, puts out some good damage, can also support with structures and repair, wade into melee combat too, some Dark Angels over here. Alongside, Endor is a Warp Spider Exarch, teleporting commander that fights range combat, great for capping and harassing with some awesome control abilities too. Can mix it up in melee also. Red team, Deuce is an Inquisitor, offensive commander with some awesome control abilities, begins in melee combat but can get ranged weapons, a little bit of support too. This is the Steel Legion elite scheme, I think. And rounded off the teams is Rostam 313 as a Hive Tyrant, very durable commander, walks through objects and cannot be suppressed on powerful offense, disruption and support. Begins with a basic Synapse. Ashes of Typhon then, pretty good 2v2 map I think. We have this non-natural VP layout, so usually you see two players battling out on both sides with occasional dips into the middle to try and grab it. Kicking off on the east, Imperial Guard versus Space Marines. Here comes that Inquisitor, probably going to lay the smackdown on the Tech Marine with her Hammer of Witches. Sentinel getting very close, purchases the ground pound. Did not use her Hammer of the Witches in fact. She might use it on a scout to try and get a model off him. Starts with that Plasma Pistol of course, the Inquisitor. Tying up those Tactical Marines so they can't use their bolters. And full retreat there from the Tech Marine. And its Devastator's on the way immediately. Will he respond with artillery? Spotters. But Catachans, of course, pretty damn dangerous in 2.6. I think they have a bug where their Shotgun Blast does way more damage than it should also. Banshee's barely getting away there for Endor. He's got some Guardian Weapon Team action on the way. Hive Tyrant stomping around, being a bully. He's got his Rending Talons, which might have had something to do with those Banshees almost being very dead. This guy set to get some tweaks in 2.6.1. You're going to get slightly less speed and slightly less health out the gates, but his Crushing Claw is getting a cost reduction, which is pretty nice. Down go the Star Avengers, as you saw. Hormagaunts chasing them off. Not a good start for Endor. Had to reinforce loads of Banshees and got a squad wipe. This Hive Tyrant doing some work. There's that Seismic Roar. Might have to run away now. Or not. Hormagaunts just going to force off the Warp Spider now. 1-to-1 cap very early on. Nobody can take this east side. Inquisitor getting too close to Devastators, but does get away okay. This is because he's trying to go around here. Sentinel lost some health as well. Oh, found some scouts to shoot. And he hasn't realised he's going to lose them. Going to lose them and does. Look at this though. Rostam with his Tyranids forcing melee combat with some Termagants. And quite easily dealing with the Devastators there. He was not alive to that Kung Fu Panda. Might lose the Tech Marine also. Leaping Hormagaunts, they do get him, but he should be able to get revived relatively easily from there. Banshees now getting some crippling poison on them, but they are catching stuff in retreat here. And they might be able to finish off those Hormagaunts. Gonna try to. No, did not try to. They're going after the Sentinel here. Maybe. Yes, they get it down. Our Avengers pitching in the end, so really topsy-turvy start. Deuce dropping his Sentinel, could replace it here, going for Catachans to help him dislodge these Devastators and generally be a pain in the arse with their power melee and disruption and everything else. What's going on here? Banshee's capping mid. No aspects yet, going for the second Shuriken as expected against that Hive Tyrant. Layer those suppression weapons. Can't slow him down, but he can do a hell of a lot of damage if he gets close. And of course, since he's a Synapse creature, get a Synapse backlash going on. So all three of his starter squads, or his tier 1 squads I should say, have their upgrades. Which is pretty standard fare for Tyranids. Not always the Hormagaunts will get their upgrade, but usually you'll see double Termagants with those Toxin sacks up. Daraven just trying to finish this cap under Termagant fire, and you double these guys up, they can pack a punch against light infantry squads in tier 1. Gives them a decent damage buff, I think. It's like 30%, 45% Toxin sacks. It's a no-brainer upgrade. Inquisitor in amongst the Tactical Marines. I don't think they've dropped a model yet. Oh, there we go. Holy Brazier doing its thing with its power melee. Catachans here might leap into action against The Devastator's there. We see the all-reliable grenade launcher. Now needs to try and maybe tie them up with one of these guardsmen, or get the Inquisitor in there. She was a little bit slow to react, but still might be able to do it. The Devastators were moving again for some reason, and they drop a model on retreat there. Devastators these days, of course, have a reduced melee resistance aura, 20% resistance rather than the usual 40. Tech Marine got revived there, as you saw, and Warp Spider's leveled. No, he hasn't leveled. Has the improved targets. And we see a power bash from the wrong side, though. Never want to do it that side. Get the other side of the generators, you can see things coming and react a bit quicker. Artillery spotters are on the field also, so he has multiple ways to deal with those Devastators now. Can smoke them, can mortar shell them, can shotgun blast them if he gets close, can also do that all reliable as we saw. So those Devastators might have a tough time. Might want to get some Assault Marines up, although that's going to be dicey with a power melee Inquisitor and power melee Catachans up, but he might need that upfront aggro and disruption to get in there and do his work. Flamer Tactical Marines might do well also. Catachans really don't like area of effect weapons. They tend to bunch up a lot. 409, 421. Pretty close on VPs, but this is dangerous for these Tactical Marines here. Trying to force melee combat on Guardsmen, but the Catachans themselves have their power melee on them. They do get away. Might have been a superbly well-judged engagement or a bit of luck there from Kung Fu Panda, but he gets through it by the Emperor's Grace. I have Tyrant pushed all the way up the map with Extended Carapace and Rending Talons. Extended Carapace there to charge down the Shurikens, although not sure if you can charge down two of them, especially if Banshee's laying in wait. They can bait out that Seismic Roar so they don't get knocked back. They can stand in that green crap and fight him reasonably well, I think. Termagants are going to be forced to retreat here. Rostam being relatively mobile with his army, helping out this east side a couple of times. And everyone goes tier 2. Endor gets there first, despite getting double guided weapon teams out. Did not get his aspects, so there was no war shout in tier 1. Here's that Inquisitor again. She's almost level 2. Oh, got suppressed by the high-powered shots. There's that Holy Pyre. First time I've seen it go off. Really awesome ability. Is she going to live here? She'll live. Scouts dropping models off the Holy Pyre. And he retains the east side for now. Kung Fu Panda. Falcon on the way for Endor. There's a Brood Nest to support his Imperial Guard ally and a Capillary Tower. Is he going to get some Spore Mines out? Nope, it's just to buff these Hormagaunts, I think. Catachans packing a punch with their 6 models shotguns. Falcon is almost out. Rostam still not anything going in tier 2 here. Is he going straight tier 3? Very strange. A Whirlwind on the way for Kung Fu Panda. Might see some Venom Brood once he spots this Falcon. 409, 398. Catachan's getting way too close. Wow, that was a super risky shotgun blast there. One more second of Devastator fire they would have wiped. Hormagaunts have caught some Guardian Weapon Team models unawares and wiped them out. These Hormagaunts have been tricky, haven't they? Level 2. Now got some Dire Avengers on retreat, some more Guardian Weapon Team fellows on retreat too. They're munching through Eldar. Were they not in retreat there? That was very strange. I thought I saw them in retreat. I guess not, because they got crippled and wiped out. Big losses for Endor here. Must have been imagining things, and they weren't in retreat. Ripper Swarm to tie up the Tactical Marines who are burning down generators. Kung Fu Panda starting to get his groove on this east side. Oh, maybe not. What was that? Was that spotters? I think it was. Looks like the oh no, it's the Whirlwind doing its thing. Look, there he goes. Looks like the Catachans went down most likely in retreat when they were very low on 10 hit points, which I missed. Brood Nest is still up. Now need to reinforce. Autark dropped in by Endor. Capping now. 409, 349 double cap for the blue team. Gonna be a triple maybe. Looks like it will be. Red team are not there to contest. Oh, look at this though. Venom Brood Powerful range DPS against vehicles, and they take out the Falcon on the move there, taking it out. Tier 3 for Rostam. He does go tier 3 pretty damn quickly. Leveling up is the Hive Tyrant to 2. This guy can also get his own Venom Cannon, of course, which is different in 2.6. No longer has area of effect damage on it, so it's not so great against blobs of infantry, but still does its job as an anti-vehicle weapon pretty damn well. Triple cap is up. Oh, down goes the Whirlwind though. Nicely done. Infiltrated Stormtroopers might have been called in. Most likely were called in by the Inquisitor from her global bar. No grenade on retreat there. Did they have energy? I think they did. 60 to throw a grenade, I think. Guess he didn't want to. Ripper's still hanging around. Can you reinforce these guys? I can't remember. He hasn't done so.
We shall make it so.
Kung Fu Panda's going around the edge, is he? Oh, Endor. Down to just 2 units now. Is it Wraithguard on the way? It is Wraithguard on the way. That's a strange one, since the Hive Tyrant will just walk through their fire and get in on them in melee. Tech Marine being shot up and runs away. 399, 263. Down goes the Inquisitor now. And here's Endor to help out with Warp Spider Exarch action. Has the entangling web, so he can use this to stop the Hive Tyrant in his tracks for 7 seconds, which is useful. Plasma guns on both Guardsman squads and a Chimera for support. There's a grenade. Misses though. Easily dodged. Didn't do any setup. Autarch jumping over stuff, so he's going to get involved. Looks like we're going to have a 2v2 fight here. Uh-oh. Tactical Marine's getting caught on retreat, but Autarch is there with a passive leap into combat to knock things over. But there's a full retreat now from Endor, so it's a 2v1 fight once Kung Fu Panda comes back out of base. He has a las cannon and takes out the Chimera. Double cap for red team now, as Rostam is in tier 3 and he has tons of power. Carnifex is like 300 requisition away. Look at the map, very, very red. Tons of pressure from red team. Ever since we got like midway through tier 2, Endor's lost a lot of stuff. Tactical Marines level 3, they've killed some stuff. Oh, look at that Hive Tyrant charging through his own stuff and gets in amongst. And there's a Hell Fury strike as well from the Inquisitor. Kung Fu Panda under serious pressure now. Hive Tyrant's getting very close to base turrets. Where's he up to? He runs away now. 292, 263. Wraithguard are going to decimate this Venom Brood here. Powerful short-range area of effect weapons, and these guys can't be suppressed either. The way you deal with them is by tying them up in melee, where they suck. Also suppressed with those shots. VPs are evened up. Have Nuke says Kung Fu Panda is going tier 3 so we can use it. Might come in very handy. Endor recovers with the Wraithguard and a guarded weapon team now. Ripper's there to tie them up, but they're going to be dealt with relatively easily here. Does he have anything else to Tech Marine? Nope. Almost level 4 though. What about Juice? I guess he wants the Lehman Russ up on this east side. Autarch jumping in. Has her spear and her little force shield thing. Nice little combatant when she's fully kitted out like that. But not cheap. Cost you red as well to get her on the field, of course. 240, 238. Now it's a triple cap for the blue team. Look at this turnaround here. Maybe pushed up a little bit too much, Rostam, and got caught, had to retreat out. And everything off the field, they got that triple cap up pretty damn quickly. Carnifex is on the way though. Venom Brood are going to try and cap under Shuriken fire, right on the edge of it, so they're not going to take huge amounts of damage, but it's not going to be pleasant. Our Avengers should be helping out though, they're not doing so. He must be have his attention elsewhere. Stormtroopers with melter guns dancing around the Devastators who are unable to fire their heavy bolter at them. Look at a Wraithguard doing work against the Termagants. Is he forcing melee combat? No, what's he up to? There we go. Turns around and starts hitting them. Must have been a misclick. 240, 179. Carnifex is out. Predator tank on the way though for Kung Fu Panda. So they will have an option against that Carnifex. It also has the las cannon, of course. But the Weber team could also get Bright Lance, and the Wraith Guard will do a lot of damage to vehicles. Melter Stormtroopers bashing power. Swinging in again now for the red team, who are going to get a 2-1 maybe if they can get this east side. Also they want to bash power first. Tactical Marines getting ripped apart by the Spasmogons. Devastator struggling to find a firing solution. They're going to get one now though, I think. Look at that Inquisitor though. She's been so good at getting on things quickly. She has her Purgatus and Mandate as well, which makes her really annoying to deal with. +3 speed and immunity to damage. 240, 156. Artillery spot is getting very, very close to call in that artillery shell. They want to be sure. We can definitely see them. And that's their Hellfire Strike, or whatever it's called. Incendiary shell, I think. Oh, look at this though. Might go down on retreat. Predator tank shooting them up. Surely it's going to do it. Down it goes. Have Tyrant dealt with on the west side. Is still alive though. And Double Terminus is still here to cap that point. 240, 156. Wraith Guard going west side. Yes, Baneblade on the way for Juice. Forget Lehman Russ. Let's get a Baneblade, he says. Carnifex, what are you doing? Oh, you have a Barb Strangler and you're over on the east side. Boom. And that's what the Barb Strangler can do for you. Crazy, crazy weapon. Ripper's there to distract the las cannon. Still haven't... Oh, where did the Rippers come from? I don't see a capillary tower over here. Because this thing spawns spore mines, right? It's a Thornback that spawns Rippers. 236, 148. Predator tank getting shots in. No sign of his las cannons yet. Lots of red for Kung Fu Panda. He's waiting for that perfect time to drop the nuke, I think. Endor has a nuke as well. Down go those las cannon Devastators. That is a big blow. Because those guys would have really helped deal with this Carnifex. And this is a completely wasted nuke here. Unless you can make these guys retreat into it. No. Completely wasted. So unfortunate for Kung Fu Panda. Now the Stormtroopers are chasing down this Predator tank. They have a Melter Bomb, of course. If they still have the energy to use it. Because their infiltration... Oh, there we go. They did have the energy. Ouch. That might be too much for the blue team to come back from now. They have a VP lead, but they're up against a Baneblade and a Carnifex, and they've lost a lot. More Wraith Guard on the way for Endor. Carnifex here, forcing melee combat on the Wraith Guard, as it should. No power blades up, so the Warp Spider can't chip in with some anti-vehicle damage. East side might be turning blue again. Tactical Marines are sure trying to. Oh, they're going to take out some Venom Brood, I think. Maybe? No, Venom Brood get away. And here is the Baneblade. And Kung Fu Panda doesn't have much in the way of anti-vehicle, just these Vengeance rounds. 236 to 69. Double cap for blue team. Red team have the army, but can they turn it into VPs here? Trying to formation. Might get hit by a second Spire. Nope, it's alright. Are you getting a Bright Lance? No, you're not. Single cap for blue team. Oh, I hear a Venerable Dreadnought. Awesome. There it is. Charging out of trouble there. Did it hurt the Guardian Weapon team? Got hurt by something. Look at this. Hive Tyrant has a Venom Cannon now. So the Dreadnought might want to get in there and tie him up. This is a Warp Spider Exarch on capping duty. Inquisitor's down over here. Level 5 this guy, he's done some work. East side is red, and with the Baneblade there, it might stay red for a while. Might want to focus their efforts west and middle blue team to try and hold on to this lead. Just 33 VPs remaining for red. They seem to have got the better of the engagements in general, but don't have the VPs to show for it. I think Juice has spent a lot of time foregoing the VP to bash this power, which he's done a hell of a lot of, or at least he's been there trying to do that. Uh-oh, Wraithguard getting shot to pieces. There's an Eldritch, and he misses completely. That's two nukes from the blue team that have completely missed. Wraithguard got the cap. There's a 2-1 to tick down some more VPs. Uh-oh, Wraithguard are going to be called in and instantly wiped out by these very shooty guardsmen. Level 4. Both of them are. What about the Stormtroopers? Also level 4. Wow. Here's that Venerable Dreadnought. A unique melee Dreadnought for the Tech Marine. He's pretty awesome. Can charge around, as you can see there. It has a whopping 1750 hit points out the gate at level 1. And he can also get Dark Age of Technology to give him even more hit points. And he's got those Venom Brood in his sights, in his grasp. Boom. Mass grenade. Finally, those guardsmen forced to retreat. They seem to have been around for ages on the field. 1 VP remaining for the red team. They have a lot of VPs to get back here. Over 200 to make up. Uh-oh, Venerable Dreadnought might go down. That Venom Cannon does not mess around for the Hive Tyrant. And the Barb Strangle Carnifex helping out too. I think it's going to go down here. I think he's resigned to losing it. Down it goes. And that's Stoicism. Uh-oh. Devastators are going to get wiped. 1 hit point, they live. They do not get wiped. Double cap here for red team. Leman Russ and Baneblade and double Carnifexes. Red team can certainly win this. They stay vigilant. They've certainly got the army here. Blue team's lost so much stuff. Especially Endor. He's had a tough game. Happens to all of us though. Baneblade is just dominating this east side. Wraithguard, I'm not sure why they got so close there. It was very strange. But they are not able to do anything. Single cap for red team. Scouts trying to get a cap there, but they are taken out by a Leman Russ. There's a double for red. Desperation from blue team now. Look how much resources Deuce has and how much power in general the red team have. Autarch dropped in. Really good thing to drop on a bunch of Tyranids. And that Warp Spider Exarch is ripping through those models, but here's a Brood Nest to support here. Terrence has switched back to his Rending Talons, also has the Warp Field. Can this Autarch finish off those Termagants? No. Triple cap for red team here. 95 VPs to make up, but they are dominating this game now. And to be honest, they've dominated most of it in terms of engagements. Just did not focus on VPs early enough, but looks like they've turned it around now in terms of VPs. Autarch gets away. Second one in this game, I think. Mayor says Endor. I think he knows it's over. Another Leman Russ on the way for Juice. And they're going to see this out with a triple, I think. Oh, Tactical Marines dropped in. Some Steel Rain. And they're going to try and decap. Not going to be enough though, is it? Hive Tyrant might go down. That's going to be satisfying. Oh, maybe not. 20 hit points. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, they got him. A little bit of satisfaction there for the blue team right at the end. But I don't think they're going to do this, even though Tactical Marines are trying to cap mid. The Inquisitor smacking them around. Single cap might do it. Yeah, it's over. They're going to cap the west side. It's going to be too much to deal with, even if they can take the middle. And there it is. 1 VP remaining. Red team held on. Didn't seem as competitive as the VPs showed us there. Blue team lost so much stuff. They did have the east side for long periods though in tier 1 and tier 2, which gave them that hefty VP lead. But red team looking very strong in fights and got what they needed and dealt with the blue team stuff pretty handily. What do we have on the heroes end of the game? Level 5 Tech Marine had the high-powered shot, mastercrafted bolter thing. We have a Warp Rex at level 6. We have Inquisitor fully kitted out, level 5, and a level 5 Hive Tyrant down at the end of the game. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.